Okay, we recording. And as you can see, this week I got my little Cajun cowboy hat on. This week, in this series of 4-piece dances, we're going to be working on Zydeco. What's up, Elijah? Aliza? Nelson, how you doing? This week, in our series of 4-piece dances, this week, we're working on Zydeco. All right? So let's go over Zydeco. Thanks for joining us. Let me adjust my screen. Sherry, how you doing? Liza? Welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for showing up.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing? Who is that,
Hi,
Melissa?
how are you?
Hey, how you doing, Melissa? Thanks for joining us. Let me pin my video down so I can see what I'm doing. Great, how you doing? Welcome. This week is the third week, the third dance in our series of 4-beat dances. Got my little cowboy hat on today. I'm going to be doing Zydeco, giving you the basic fundamentals of Zydeco. Now, what I want you guys to understand is that all these dances have similarities, right? And that's what I'm doing. I'm giving you the fundamental foundational things that are familiar to all these dances. Once you learn what a full turn and a half turn is, only thing you have to do after that is learn the rhythm of the dance. Then you just do those full and half turns or whatever to the rhythm of that dance. That's why I'm teaching you how to dance. I'm using these dances to show you what all dances have in common. Dance is dance, and music is music, right? And once you understand that, it's a piece of cake. So we talked about the dance rhythm, right? I always like to do a little review. Remember, we always want to do our posture. We always want to keep, this is important. I say stuff in the beginning because it's important. That's why I emphasize it. That's why I keep going over it, because it's important. It's important for you to understand that dance is all about weight distribution. You're keeping your weight evenly distributed over your base. While I'm standing right here, not right now, I got a 2-foot base, all right? When I start moving, I have a 1-foot base. You always, the objective is always try to keep your weight evenly distributed over that base, all right? Dance is about 3 things: timing, patterns, and connections, right? The timing comes with the music, 4/4 time. Everything you do, all music, with the exception of the waltz, is 4/4 time. That's a pattern, right? Now we're taking that musical pattern and moving our feet to that pattern. So that rhythm that we call 4/4 time, you start using the weight distributions, change that to dance rhythm, and then we put the dance rhythm on the musical rhythm. So rule of 3 again, we have 3 basic dance rhythm that any dance you do is going to have one of these 3 elements. It'll be a single rhythm, a double rhythm, or a triple rhythm. That's all dances, right? So when I'm showing you this week, I'm showing you the dance that dances only to one, what do they call it, 4/4 measure of time, 4/4, and it's a triple rhythm. So this whole dance is nothing but triple rhythm. I'm emphasizing that this week because next week we're going to start doing 6-beat dances. And this week we only did dances that only do one rhythm, like the walk just does singles, or the walk can apply all 3, but you're only going to do one, right? 2-step, double rhythms, double dance rhythms, right? That's all it is, double rhythms, right? With the exception of the opening, which is the double and the leg single. This week we're working on triples, right? All this dance is, now this dance is different in a sense too, and it's a lot more fun. It's a lot more up tempo, right? So if you're doing it long, you're gonna work up a sweat, right? But it's a triple rhythm, right? And unlike the rest of the dances that had an up and back element to it, this dance really doesn't. It really doesn't have any defined lane that you're dancing or anything. It's basically, there's not a whole lot of lead to it. There's not a whole lot of lead follow to it. And that's why the followers like it, because they're not as restricted. Because there's an element where you let them do it, you can do whatever you want within the framework of the music. I'm going to show you how that works. Like when I'm doing this, the triple rhythm, right? It starts, for the followers, she will start on her right. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Now you can take that as a basic triple rhythm, but in reality, when you're doing this dance, there's really a little tap to it, right? So that would make it a delayed triple, right? Anytime you have a delay, meaning that you don't immediately change your weight on that foot, right? This is not a weight change, that's a tap. I can do anything, but my weight is still on that foot, right? And when you start doing the dance, like I can teach you in the basic, triple rhythm, you go 1 and 2, 3 and 4. But when you see the people actually do the dance, they have a little tap element to it, right? So it's a little more like tap 1 and 2, tap 3 and 4, tap 1 and 2, tap 3 and 4. All right, so that's the rhythm of it. Basically, that's it. It's a triple rhythm, right? Same applies, except for, like, remember we have three basic rules of 3, right? Dance has timing, it has a direction, or a pattern, and it has connection, right? The direction of this dance, unlike the other dances, is east and west, left and right. Well, you saw the other dances like 2-step, up and back, right? Walk, fall, right? But this dance, it doesn't have any lane restriction, and it doesn't have a whole lot of leads, right? So when you start, there's 2 positions you can start from, right? 2 positions you can dance in. You have the basic social position, right? Meaning that that you have a distance between you, right? An open position, right? That you have space between you and the follower, and then you can connect in what we call a social position, right? A closed position. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how the basic lead would be for the leader in the open position, because this is the element where there's an element where he goes tap 1 and 2. He sends his hand out. Now remember our hands are our communicators. That's how we talk, right? So he does that. That means he wants her to go to the right. He releases her hand, 3 and 4. Tap 1 and 2. Tap 3 and 4. He's always going 1 and 2. When he releases, she's free to do whatever she wants, right? So they do it from this direction. It will look like this. He will go 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Right? From the lead perspective, from the front, from the follow perspective, from the front, it will look like this. She is going 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And there's another position where you dance from, which is called the closed position. When you do the closed position, it's basically a drop step. But remember, rhythm doesn't change. That's the important thing to understand about dance, is that whatever dance you do, you have to stay restricted by that rhythm, that dance rhythm, right? You can do little variations outside of that as you become more advanced. But basically, everything you do in a dance has to be done to the rhythm of that dance. Otherwise, you're not doing the dance, right? And that's how you and your partner sync up. You're dependent on each of you doing that rhythm. So the follower, when we're doing a closed position, this is the lead position, right? So the follower would be, when you do the closed position, it's called a drop step. is 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And when he's doing, he's giving her a little pressure to step back. He's going 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Right? So that's the closed position. That's basically it for Zydeco. So I'm gonna show you what this looks like to some music. Right? I started with Charles Arden putting in the work. And that's the important thing about dance. That's why I chose it, because you gotta put in the work. It's about putting in the work, right? You know, you gotta use. That's how you get better, right? And like I told you guys, you don't have a partner. Need to have a partner to do this. I'm proving this right now, but I'm showing you how to do it without a partner and how you practice without a partner by yourself, right? So this is what it looks like to music. Now I'm gonna do a song that most of you guys are gonna recognize. And this Zydeco is really up-tempo dance, right? Really upbeat, right? This is a slow song for a Dickinson. Now that's the new. Do it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we'll do a time with that. Should I do a time? That's the basic left turn, right? And here's the thing about turn. The rule, right? You can only do a turn on the legs in the direction that you're turning it. If I'm gonna do that turn, I gotta be on my left foot, right? So when I do this turn, I gotta be on my left foot. I want to do it to my right, do it like this. Alright, that's basically it. We did a half turn, my back will be facing, right? 180 degrees. So 50. I want to come back the other way. Just fast. Now, this is what it looks like when you do the drop step. When you're doing the drop step, from a focus, you just do it like this. Go back 2 basics. Right turn. Notice how easy it is when I keep my waist over my base foot, right? When I started out doing it, I wasn't keeping my waist over my base foot. So I was taking it along and get around, right? But if I do it on my base foot, keep my weight over that foot and stay straight up, it's easier to execute time. Keeping my feet close together. Right? As opposed to the first couple times I did it. And look, I'm just like this. Right? I don't do this dance a lot, I'm warming up. But this is why you have to do it to figure it out. You figure it out while you're doing it. Right? So when I started doing this, when I first did a couple of times, right? I was taking all these steps, right? Now I'm way on down, right? Because my legs were not, my weight was not on my feet. Now realize, okay, wait, I need to make an adjustment. Right? So when I make the adjustment is okay, stay straight up, keep your weight over that foot. much easier to get around. Oh. Now that's basically it. That's the basic rhythm. Anybody got any questions? Anybody want to go over it again? Hey, Sherry, Brenda, iPad 7, Lisa, y'all got that? Y'all doing it? You guys can either respond over the mic, or you can send me a text. A chat. All right, if y'all don't have any questions, I'm gonna do a review. Do a review over what we covered. Again, all we covered the past 3 weeks, three classes, right? So we covered the walk, right? The walk is basically a single rhythm dance. 1, 2. Somebody got a question? Let me see. Now look, you can go to my, as a matter of fact, you can go to my YouTube channel. Just look up Who Dat Steppers. Okay, iPad 7, cool. You can go to my YouTube channel, type Who Dat Steppers, Urban Swing Dance Class, and these videos will be posted, one for each week that we did. I do them 3 days in a row, but I only put up one so that people can go back and they don't get confused. So if you wasn't here for the last 2 weeks for the walk and for the Houston two-step, go back and look at those videos and you get what I'm talking about when we start talking about the different rhythms. But you guys who are here now who maybe wasn't here want a little review, I'm going to review that right now. Because you got a little bit of time. And the thing about it, the way that I'm doing this, it's going to take less time to do the dances because everything that I'm teaching you, I've already taught you the first 2 weeks. I already given you the patterns. I already given you the time. Now all I'm giving you with each dance is what the pattern is for that dance. It's just that simple. Once you understand the basic rules of dance, then now all you have to do to learn a new dance is say, okay, well, what's the pattern? And you're gonna start, if you practice this, you're gonna start recognizing, oh, it is doing a single step. That's a single weight change. Now, what confuses the people a lot of time, when you see like people do, right? Especially when the song is fast, you see this, and people think that's 2 steps, but that's actually 3 steps. But that's why I teach you slow. I teach you the beginning slow, right? 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, right? So that when you start doing it fast, once you master it, you're gonna be able to do it fast without thinking about it. And that's the importance for you to learn and understand the rhythm because you do not dance with your eyes. You use your eyes to always understand what's going on around you, protect your partner, but we don't use our eyes to dance. We don't look down at our feet. That takes your posture off, right? That takes you away from over your feet, right? So get used to, once you look, people say, I don't know what's wrong, people don't want to think anymore, but it doesn't take much, it's not rocket science. All you have to do is like single and master that. All you have to do is master this. Single, doubles, and triples. And once you can do that without thinking about it, then the rest is easy. Then you can focus on your following. That's a big challenge. Leading and following is the next challenge after you got the rhythms down. But once you got the rhythm, now you can focus on that. But if all you're focusing on is your feet, and you're not gonna get anywhere. So, like I said, the walk, when we do the walk, is single. When we do a Houston two-step, it's a delayed double. Tap, 1, 2, tap, 3, 4, right? And I introduced delays last week, right? And in Houston two-step, their basic pattern, right? Now they're up and back, but when they open, It's really a double, a delayed double, a double, and a delayed single. It looks like this. 1, 2, tap, 1, tap, 2. Actually, it's 1, 2, 3, tap, 4. After this, 4. Let me do that again. 1, 2, tap, 3, tap, 4. Notice that all these dances, you complete the whole dance rhythm in 4 beats. That's why I grouped them all together. So you really learning 3 dances once you understand what a 4-beat rhythm is. Next week, I'm gonna teach you 3 more dances with a 6-beat rhythm. Once you understand the rhythm, the rest is easy, right? You just gotta understand how the direction of the rhythm for that particular dance, right? And then Zydeco today. So if you guys, that pretty much covers it. Unless you have, let's do one more dance and some music. And look, I don't know about y'all, but if you're doing this with me, right? And just people say this is not enough. It's too slow. It's more activity. Trust me. Once you get to the point where you start doing this, do 2 or 3 of these dances to music, especially I'm talking and doing, right? That will, look, I'm sweating. So you do get some activity with this. But the most important thing that I try to tell you guys all the time is you gotta get out and you gotta do it. You don't learn how to dance in the classroom. You learn how to dance on the dance floor, right? That's what we really learn at. And that's where all the exercise and stuff come in at, right? When you start dancing on the dance floor. Looking for my song. There's another song I'm about to do here. Let's see. Can't find it. I was looking for, go back to my history. Oh man, I know you guys would like this song. Well, I can't find it now. Let's see if it's in there. What happened to it? Oh well. Oh, there it is, right there. Oh, there you go. No, y'all know this one, right? This is the Canadian version, a Zydeco version of it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, I've been being silly, but you see me again. Hopefully y'all will be doing that with me. But y'all see, I love to dance and I love to teach. So if you really want to learn to dance, come back. Tomorrow, I'll do another class at 11 to 3:30. It's going to be the same class. If you miss something, you want to get another little workout in, come back tomorrow at 11:30. If not, I'll be 11. Now, Monday I want to start with the safety dance. That will be hand dance, down forward swing, into the combo step. One of the dances you got a lot of people who are always asking about, and when they start doing it, they realize it's a little more challenging than what they said. But once you understand these fundamentals, it's going to be real easy, because now you already know the rhythm. You already know the footback. I'll tell you what they are now. So double, triple. You add one more rhythm, right? Before we go on to the two dance rhythm. Now next we're going to start with 3. So instead of like Zydeco triple, now I'm going to start dealing with an extra rhythm. You're going to have a double, triple. I'll show you that next week. Come back, thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it. Got some time for some questions, anything else? If not, thank you guys for showing up in North Family. I appreciate you. Spread the word. Tell everybody to come check it out. Thank you. In my hands. Have it to see your mom. Woo. Anybody? Anything? If not, I'm going to go ahead on and sign off.